episode of Bell to Bell brought to you by Jackpot City. If you haven't already, guys, check out jackpotcitycasino.com or play the app Jackpot City. You can find it in your app store, whether you're on Google or Apple. We are back. It's me. It's RV, Rain City Toys. We're here to talk about everything that's been going on in WWE. We're going to try things a little differently today. We're going to try to break this down like kind of segment, trying to pull out what our favorite things were from Raw and SmackDown and trying to fully recap Raw and SmackDown.
Things so differently. Look what I'm wearing today.
No, we're both rocking Punk. So does that mean you're happy that Punk beat Braun Breaker?
Today I woke up feeling like the best in the world. So
no, you're just happy that CM Punk is still the world heavyweight champion. Just admit it.
We'll talk about that match.
You're happy, dude. Just be happy. Yo, my headphones just did a weird thing. I don't know what just happened here.
What did it do? Still in your ear.
Is it your mic or is it my headphones?
I can hear you fine.
I can hear you, but I feel like it's coming from my computer. Give me a second. Let me double check. But that being said, yeah, Punk retained, beat Braun Breaker. It was a pretty good. I think it was a pretty good match.
Last night, I'm like, how long is this Raw? So what ended up happening is, I think I passed out. I didn't even know what time I passed out. I woke up and it was still going. I'm like, this started at like 5, and it was like, I think 9:30 by this point, or 10. But I think what ended up happening. Well, I can't hear you now. You've muted yourself. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Maybe it started from. Maybe you started after it already ended. Like you started from the beginning.
So I think what ended up happening is I fell asleep on like a beanbag, and I think I sat on my remote and I rewinded it back, and I was like, "What the hell? This thing is still going on." So I think I paused the match and I woke up and the match was like way over, but I restarted again. But that's why Raw felt like it was 5 hours to me, but it wasn't.
The one thing that is different this week was SmackDown actually went to 3 hours.
Yeah, that was I noticed that.
SmackDown is actually at 3 hours again, and since SmackDown's still on the USA Network, it's gonna be 3 hours. So that was pretty interesting to me. We're gonna break down some of these things. We're gonna pick and choose out of what were on SmackDown. There was a bunch of title changes this week. Julia beat Chelsea Green. The Rhea and Io won the tag team titles. Becky Lynch beat Maxine, which I find very depressing, but it is what it is. A lot of title changes.
Yeah, there was. I wasn't thinking that. The title that I thought was going to change never even changed, and the titles I did not expect to change, I guess, changed. Maybe saw these coming up, man. The Royal Rumble, I guess they're planning out what they want there and what the supercard is going to be there. Their version of the.
I just fixed it. I don't know if my volume was down. I had to take them out and put them back in, but you were very low on my end. Yeah, but a lot of title changes. Let's start in the new year fresh. Before we break down like what. The segments we have here really quickly. How'd you feel about the whole Stranger Thing collaboration with WWE? They tried to break down Raw into chapters. The music would play every once in a while. They decorated the ring with all the Stranger Thing stuff.
You know what? I think I watched seasons 1 and 2. I don't even know how old this show is. What season are they on?
The finish is 5 seasons.
Oh, okay. So I think I watched seasons 1 and 2. I don't know. They made money. Good for them. I wish Stranger Things send us something to wear or whatever. It had absolutely no effect on me why it was there. But
you didn't feel like a themed Raw to you or anything? Like you didn't pick that up?
To me, it just felt like the new Raw of SmackDown, or new Raw SmackDown. What did I say? The new the debut of Netflix again. That's what it felt like.
You know me personally, so like I'm a like don't have big expectations type of guy. Keep my expectations low because if you have big expectations, sometimes things don't always work out the way as planned and whatnot, right? But there's a lot of people that were disappointed. I feel like they felt like this was supposed to be like a big Raw, big deal.
I never hated the theme or
no, but like I'm just saying, just generally giving a general synopsis of everybody. Like there's a lot of people that were like, oh, we thought it was gonna be something different. Like we thought it was gonna be a big deal, and I'm just like,
well, what are you?
It was good.
Yeah, like I mean, I wasn't like annoyed by it. I'm like, oh, okay, they're doing a Stranger Things theme. What was that one year? I think they did a movie and then the zombies came out. Remember? Was it The Mist?
Yeah, they were promoting a zombie movie. I forget which one especially. And then they did a whole zombie match where the zombies came out and stuff. But that was like they did the one match. This was the whole show was supposed to be this theme.
Well, because I don't watch Stranger Things, are they still kids or are they grown ups now?
They're teenagers. They were kids at the beginning and then they kind of grew up to teenagers. I don't want to spoil Stranger Things for you or anybody else that might be watching this. So I'm not going to break down what happens, but they did grow up.
Okay, so I don't watch it enough. Right?
It was filmed over the span of like 5-6 years, so obviously they were gonna eventually grow up.
Alrighty, I guess so.
But I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool theme. They didn't like implement there was no zombies or anything like obviously no zombies and Stranger Things, but you know what I'm trying to say. They didn't implement any Stranger Things stuff in the storylines of the show or anything. So I kind of think that's okay. I think people might have expected that, but like it's like like when The Rock was okay, well fuck. $300 right off the bat, but like when you remember like The Rock was promoting that one movie and the whole storyline of the show was people trying to steal that egg,
Was that
like Red One, and they were trying to like
yeah,
promote it. And
yeah.
Vince brought the egg at the beginning of the show, and everybody wanted the egg.
Well, like I said, for a guy, I don't know if people from Stranger Things or fans of Stranger Things tuned into Netflix because of theme. I just watched Raw as I would, and I like it was cool. Like chapter 5, chapter 6, or whatever they were doing. It was fine. I
Yeah,
wasn't
I
bothered by it.
think they might have. I think because they promoted like a Stranger Thing. I think if you're a Stranger Things fan, you're probably like, oh, like what is this
Yeah,
spin-off? Like what is this thing? So it might have actually captured some casual viewers.
I
Now,
guess if you
do I
watch the
think they did a
show,
great job like
well,
trying
what
to
could you have
capture
done?
those new viewers to stay? I don't know because if they're not wrestling fans, there's some really long wrestling
Well, what
matches
like
on the show.
what did you want them to do? Like, what's their
No, I don't
first?
want them to do anything. I'm just saying like if you're not already a wrestling fan,
Yeah.
long wrestling matches aren't gonna make you stay to watch wrestling. Does that make
They could
sense?
have maybe had like a special stipulation match, maybe, or like a cage
Yeah,
match.
or like some more segments, or like like there wasn't really like a good opening or middle promo segment that like captured your attention. Does that make sense? Like the Gunther thing was good, but that's only good if you've been following along and you know what happened with Cena. You got what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like it wasn't like back in the day the glass would break, the Rock would cut a funny promo. Like there was nothing on the show like that that would catch
So
a casual
I
viewer.
know the year just started. So is there anything that now you're kind of like, oh, are we getting a third watermelon? We know. I haven't seen three in a row yet, but is there anything that's like kind of caught your attention right off the bat? I know it's only 2 episodes in, where you're like, oh shit, I'm really looking forward to this.
I don't know. We're gonna talk about it too, but I'm trying to think right off the bat. I'll say this: if we were gonna talk about things that kind of like a feud that kind of blew up immediately, or like they kind of teased that I think could really be a big deal in 2025 or 2026. I'm so used to saying 2025.
Yeah.
Is
Happy New Year, by the way. I don't think I've been on
and
since.
2026 is your first one?
That's my first one of 2026.
Day before your birthday, eh? We started the show on my birthday.
Yeah, there we go.
But one thing that really kind of stood out to me is that they kicked off the year with Randy Orton returning, and they teased it right off the bat that Randy's like, once I'm done with whoever he oh no once Cody's done with Drew, like I'm coming for that belt.
Hmm.
And I think since Cody's been back, we've been like we know they get along. We know that Cody was his protege back in the day in Legacy. Like we're all looking forward to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Would you agree?
Um, if Randy Orton wins the title, I'm looking forward to it. But if they're just gonna spot him in and he can have like a little friendly little or match with Cody that Cody goes over again, then I'm not looking forward to it. I hope it's like a long-term storyline with Cody, not just a one-off because they're buddies and we started together or help bring you in. But
I definitely think that Randy should win the belt. And I feel the same way about Drew. And you already know this. We talk about it's like redundant at this point. I hate long babyface reigns. I'm okay with heels cheating and like winning the belt for a month and losing it again. I think
it would
Drew
be
should have won the
interesting
belt.
if
I think Kevin Owens should have won the belt. And if Randy's gonna feud Cody, I think Randy should win the belt, even if he loses it like at the following Saturday night's main event or pay per view. Like I think that's totally cool.
I think with Cody, we're in a situation now to make things interesting because it doesn't look like Drew, like they want Cody getting pinned. There needs to be a
Yeah.
third person added into this feud so it becomes like a triple threat, three guys chasing the world title because just Cody holding on to it and an individual like coming up every time not working. It's not really.
Like they're trying really hard to make this Drew thing personal. Cody show up at his house. Drew's at his boss and burning a picture of Cody and his late dad, Dusty Rhodes, the great Dusty Rhodes. Like they're trying so hard to make it personal, but like I think you can agree, like as time goes on, you forget who Cody's feuding sometimes because nobody believes that Drew's gonna beat him. It kind of hurts everything, you
Yeah.
know?
And
And it's like, oh, it's cool that it's personal, but we don't believe he's gonna beat him for the belt. If there's no
both of us
belt
are.
involved in this, you might be even more invested because you're like, oh, Drew can still win because they're not scared about Drew winning because there's no belt involved. But
And I
because
don't
the
think,
belt's involved, you're like,
and if I don't know if you've noticed though, but like even the fans, they cheer when Drew does stuff. Like he's pretty over with the fans. So I don't think the universe.
he is.
Is this called WWE Universe or what do they call the fans? Is that what they?
It is. You can call
Okay,
it that. You can call it the
yeah,
universe.
the universe. I don't think they'd be disappointed if Drew McIntyre won the title. I mean, I get people
No.
coming by and wanting Drew McIntyre figures and collectibles. So I think he's over, and I would love for Drew to be champion. I think he would carry that belt so well.
Yeah, and I think we have Ashley Henry 17 in here. Why are you okay with him cheating? So I guess I'm like in the screen, right? Why are you okay with him cheating? Um, I'm okay with Randy Orton cheating because I think anyone, if you're gonna beat Cody and you still want to make Cody look strong, I think it's just like an old school wrestling, like if you want the baby face to lose, but you don't want the baby face to lose clean, and because you want them to look strong, if a wrestler cheats and wins,
Yeah.
like perfect example because it happened on Monday. Becky Lynch beat Maxine. Becky Lynch used the ropes as leverage to beat Maxine. So what that does is it still makes Maxine look like, oh, she still could have had Becky. Becky cheated to beat Maxine. So it doesn't make Maxine look weak. It
Yeah.
makes Becky look like a cheater to win it. And Becky's so established as it is anyways, it doesn't hurt Becky that she cheated. And she's a bad guy, so it makes sense that she cheated. So like in the psychology of it all, like this whole thing with Becky, and I'm upset that Maxine lost. I am. I generally don't like that Maxine lost. But in the whole scheme of things, her even winning the belt, beating Becky has made Maxine a future contender for that belt again already, even though she lost it. And Becky
Well,
can
if she's
continue doing what
probably gonna
Becky's
stay
doing.
in the feud with Becky, I hope so. Because Maxine, like, she ended the year hot. Like, she was so over. Unless she's asked for some time off, maybe she did
No,
get
they
married.
might have her do something else. They might have her feud with Ivy or something. But it's just like this helped her more than it hurt her, even though she lost. And Becky cheated to do it, and it doesn't change anything. That's why
Or,
cheating
or maybe
helps.
Or maybe Jericho comes back to challenge Becky Lynch.
Everyone. I think that's another reason why people were disappointed yesterday. Is everyone thought Jericho was coming back
Okay,
yesterday.
tell me this.
Expectations ruin
When is
wrestling.
there not a day or any show, doesn't matter, SmackDown, Raw, a pay-per-view or a PLE they call it now. When are people not disappointed? I don't get it. There's always every show people want surprises.
Because everyone has expectations,
Yeah,
and
enjoy the
and
show.
we're victim of it to an extent, but we don't care as much. We're victim of it too, but everyone thinks they can book everything better. Everyone thinks if they could book it, they'd be a better booker.
Yeah, I guess.
But like we do it, and we're just like, oh, this would have been better. We can give suggestions and stuff, but like other people are like passionate about it and think like, no, I can do it better. This sucks.
I opened up X,
Yeah.
formerly known as Twitter, and typically I just tune in for like sports highlights. And for some reason, the first post that I saw there was a guy venting about what Braun Breaker did. He's like, he looked immature. He wasn't ready for this match. Like he wrote a whole paragraph about Braun Breaker and
And like,
losing his.
you tell me, because you're the sports guy. Am I wrong? That's it's not just wrestling. I mean, that's where the nickname armchair quarterback came from. Like,
Yeah,
it's the person sitting in their couch that wants to be the quarterback and call the shots. I mean, football, the NFL has literally gotten away making a whole separate video game where you're literally just the coach back in the day.
the
Like
mind.
people want to be the coach, people want to be the booker. Like when we play WWE, when I play WWE, I should say, like I don't know, I was like the funnest things we like to play
You
is
still
not
play
just like regular
WWE?
matches. We
You
want
still
to play
play
GM
WWE?
mode and we want to play WWE Universe and create the stuff. Like that's what we want to do. We want to be the booker.
Aren't you
And I think
supposed to be playing WWE, man?
no, I mean, I started playing it, then I stopped playing it. That's why I don't even buy the games anymore because I'm like, I played for like 3 months and I forget about it. And then by the time I'm like, oh yeah, I should play it again, the new one's coming out, and I'm like,
Or
crap.
coming from a guy who asks you, "Hey, you want to stay over a little later? We can play WWE, right?"
Yeah, you're always asking me to play. Do you want to play GM mode? Do you want to play GM mode? But like, that's the thing, right? Even in football, like people want to like this. Like everyone thinks they'll be better than the
Yeah, it
coach.
doesn't matter. NFL, baseball, everyone's got some sort of critique. Oh, this guy sucks. It's like, you take LeBron for an example. LeBron sucks. He's not the Jordan. Hey, like we're witnessing greatness here. Doesn't matter if you like the guy. What this guy's been able to do for 23, 24 years, like this guy's unbelievable. Same thing with wrestling. As
I
much
feel like indirectly here, you're trying to make me like Cena. I'm not gonna like Cena, man.
you know what? I was gonna say something nice about CM Punk, but forget it.
No, I'm like this guy is somehow gonna spin this into like Justin. You should appreciate John Cena.
It's my birthday tomorrow. In our culture, I'll be nice to everyone else because it's about everyone else except for the birthday boy. I'll wear a CM Punk jersey for this guy, and
That's such a dad thing of you to say right now. You're just because you're a
I'm
dad.
gonna be the guy ordering
Your
my
kids are
own
taking a
pizza.
day off because it's your birthday. It makes no
Yeah,
sense.
I'm gonna be
But
ordering my own pizza, my own cake, and feeding everyone. And no one's
okay,
asking
let's
me.
get back on track. Let's get back on track. What was something that stood out to you that you feel like okay, from this SmackDown and Raw, this is a feud that's gonna pop off this year? Because mine was Randy and Cody. That's something I think's gonna pop off. What do you think's gonna pop off?
For uh, I don't
Do you
know.
want to see more Maxine and Becky? Do you think it's the
I
Vision
I
and
really
CM
hope.
Punk Do you want to
Yeah,
see more Braun and Punk? Like, what do you want to see?
I
More
guess maybe
Damien and Aleister Black?
no, they've ruined Alistair there. But I think I'm gonna stick with Becky and Maxine because I'm intrigued because she lost so early. I'm thinking, oh, it's going back to what we like. The heel takes the title back. Maybe the face will take the baby face or take the title back. I hope that continues because I like these title switches. So that's intriguing because Maxine was getting so hot and over, and you get her to lose right off the bat, unless I don't know, they have something else set up for her. But that usually I'm not excited for like a women's feud right off the bat. But that I am. That I'm really interested in. See what
Do you see
happens.
Maxine getting the belt back?
I think so. I really hope so. I really hope so. Because she's so good on the mic and she can actually hold it down.
Yeah, she proved that if this was a sink or swim situation for her, she swam. Like
I
she
thought she was gonna drown. Like when she showed up with the title, and I'm like, oh man, here comes such a forced WWE written promo about thank you to the fans and thank you this. I worked so hard, but she knocked it out of the park. I was super impressed. Even
Yeah,
Becky,
and I think that was more impressive. Like we know she's getting better as a wrestler. She's so green. She's still
yeah,
not amazing, but she's learned what she's learned and she does it really well and she's getting better and she's got that fire and stuff. But I think to your point, the thing that was most impressive to me was like when they gave her time to cut a promo, I was like, oh, like I even messaged her and I was like, I like don't take this offensively, but like I don't know, like you just were natural out there. Like I wasn't expecting that. Like you just like
if
as
there
a
was
fan, like you were like so comfortable.
if
Like
in the NBA they give you the most improved player of the year, that's her. I mean, I know we voted, but if I had to vote again, the most improved wrestler of the year, men and women's, it's got to go to Maxine.
I don't think we had that as a category, so I think
Maybe
that if
not.
we did
Yeah, so
that.
that's usually an NBA award, and she definitely like she went from like a bench player to I think she went to an all-star. Like people know her. If you ask her for women's wrestlers, she's one of the names that people bring up now.
Yeah, and like she won that award from the Busted Open. They talked about it like she did a thing where they gave her that award as most improved. And honestly, it's like
Oh, did they give it?
I always liked her. I obviously have my biases. I support the people that support me, and I'm always gonna root for them. And she's always been super nice to me. We've met her twice, you know that.
Yeah, she's always
She's
great.
like even before we were in there, like when we were standing outside, and she saw me. She's like, "Oh hey Justin," like you know what I mean. Like she's always been super cool. So I root for those people a little bit harder because support those that support you. But
But
like
bias aside, and I don't know her as well as you know her. She's been rocking it.
no, and then
Gotta give
just
her
see
that
her
award.
actually kill it and progress. And like I always say, my favorite wrestlers are the wrestlers that love wrestling. And the fact that she's going out of her way to train with Natty and TJ to get better. She's going out of her way to like learn this business more. She's working live events on NXT even though she's on the main roster because she wants to get better. Like,
Yeah.
and she took the Chelsea Green methodology, which she talked about on my show of like just whatever they give you, make the best out of it. If it sucks and it's comedy and stupid, make the best out of it.
And
If
maybe
it's
because
Intercontinental title, main storyline, Becky Lynch, make the best out of it.
maybe it's too early. I don't know what feuds are going to be happening because there were so many title switches already. So I'm thinking, are they restarting the year and they're going to create something new, right? So
So I'm not gonna let you pick Maxine for this one
okay.
because I know she would be the perfect answer. I agree with you. Like who do you think walked into this year with the most momentum? Very easy to say Maxine, but since we just talked about Maxine, somebody else. Who do you think
Well,
walked into this year with a ton of momentum?
what? 6 days in?
Yeah, 6 days in. Who do you think walked? We just had a bunch of title changes. There's a bunch of people that they're giving opportunities with and gave momentum to.
Momentum. Could I pick two?
I pick one because I don't want you to pick who I'm gonna pick. Then I have to think of someone totally new.
Okay. I'm going to say walked in with a lot of momentum, Carmelo Hayes.
That's a good one. That was one of the ones in my mind.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he is him, like he says. Uh, just he's finally in the spotlight. We know he's great. He's good on the mic. He can carry his own. He can wrestle. I hope he goes past the U.S. title, but it's hard, right, with Cody being there. So I don't know how long he's going to be like a mid carder, but I think he can move into the main event picture. Like
Yeah,
he's that good.
we know what he was on NXT.
Yeah, he's unbelievable on NXT.
When we talk about NXT a couple of years ago, like everyone was like, "Oh, Carmelo Hayes and Braun Baker, like they're the future. They're gonna go up there. They're gonna kill it."
How about women's? What about a women's wrestler?
Oh, was your second one gonna be a girl?
Yeah, the second one was.
Okay, then go ahead say it because I thought you were gonna say two men. If your second
Yeah,
one's a
and
girl,
then
go ahead.
number two, I'm excited for Raquel.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
What she's been doing right now has been insane.
yeah. So I really like that. Like she reminds me of like a Diesel, Kevin Nash kind of feel, and I hope that she takes the title. I don't know if the injury is
And,
legitimate.
and it's go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the injury is legitimate, but I want her to win the title.
Yeah, I was gonna say just like what we saw in Raw this week when she attacked Stephanie and stuff. I feel the same way when we are talking about the Cody thing earlier, where it's like I'm not like I know you're not supposed to root for the bad guys, but like I kind of want Raquel to have the run. I feel like she deserves the run. Like I don't want her to be in the Drew McIntyre position where you're getting all these shots and you never get it. Like, F it, let her get it.
She's a
Let
really
Stephanie
good
get it back.
She's a
Like
very
give it
good
to her.
champion. Yeah, yeah. She's a
Yeah,
believable
like
champion.
yeah.
And, I just love her look. I think she's so good on the mic, the way she carries herself, walks into the ring. Like, she's cool. She doesn't give a shit. Um, I think she's a great wrestler. So,
Yeah, I think that's just good. So those are your two. I know we're supposed to pick one and one, but I'm just gonna say, if I was gonna pick one, it would be Braun Breaker. I think,
okay.
yeah, he lost to Punk, but that match made him look strong, and it made you go like, oh no, this guy's definitely gonna be the world champion soon. If it
Mhm.
wasn't yesterday, like it's gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
he just caught that was his first big opportunity. Like the next one, he's gonna win it. But I do think the vision as a whole is gonna have a hell of a year in
I
2026
think so.
as long as everybody stays healthy and everyone stays like is can avoid injuries. Like I think everyone in that group's gonna have a big 2026. Like Bronson Reed's had a handful of big moments in 2025, beating Roman, this and that. Braun's had a handful of big moments turning on Seth and doing this stuff with Punk. But like I think we're gonna see more from Logan, and obviously he's wrestled everybody. Like that's a
Yeah.
big name. But like I think we're gonna see more from Logan. I think we're gonna see Austin Theory coming to his own. Seth is gonna come back. Uh, that's going to be something. They're still feuding with Punk. We saw all the luchadors feuding with them. I feel like
I'm
the
excited for
peak.
Penta. I'm excited for
Yeah,
Penta to be an actual feud rather than just being a champion and fighting wrestlers. Like, he's
yeah.
a feud, and I love that.
And I was impressed with him speaking English on in his promo yesterday with Ray in the backstage. Like, he's another person we could pick in this category of someone that might break out in the year. But like, I just think the Vision is gonna be the anchor that the Bloodline once was on SmackDown. It's gonna be the anchor on Raw, and I know like the Judgment Day carried that for a minute too, where they were the anchor of like the group that always their music hits and they come out. Like what I mean? Like I think that's gonna be the
Great,
Vision in
WWE
2026.
listened to our podcast last week because remember how concerned we were about Dragon Lee, and now
Yeah,
they add him into a trios match, I guess, with the Vision.
yeah. And then, honestly, if I'm gonna say breakout for the women, since you did a woman too, like someone that I think like we're gonna see and someone that's been on the brink of it but hasn't really like popped off to that next level is in that same group, and I think that's Roxanne. I think we've seen glimmers of Roxanne being a star and glimmers of Roxanne getting big spots, hitting the pop rocks on John Cena at Survivor Series. Like she's with Liv right now, and whether that's like her feuding with Liv that gives her that rub, or she goes after that Intercontinental title when maybe like a Maxine or someone wins it back. I think Roxanne will finally have a big moment by the end of this year.
Well, you can see the
Now,
confidence growing too in her, right? When she's
yeah,
walking in now, like she's carrying herself much better and a little bit more confident there too.
yeah, and I think people forget like she's so young. I think she's like 21, 22 years old right now, maybe 23.
Yeah.
Like she's so young and she's coming into her own, and I think it's super cool. Who do you think walked out in danger? Who do you think left this year, last year
Ooh,
with I don't know, man. They're not starting the year off great. Let me start with this one.
okay, you go.
I'm gonna say two people,
No, pick one.
and
You made me pick one. You can't. You gotta pick one.
one's like mean, and one I think just got screwed. That's a problem.
Okay, because it's my birthday tomorrow, I'll let you pick two. Go.
I think both Damian Priest and Aleister Black are not walking into this year with any more momentum than they left with.
Okay.
Not that they're in danger, but like Damian beating Aleister Black did not make me care about Damian anymore, and Aleister continuously losing to Damian did not help him at all.
And I'm
I
not
feel
gonna.
like if Aleister beat Damian more or ended this feud beating Damian, then maybe at least we could be going into 2026 like talking about them having momentum. Maybe we would be, but we can't because Zelina and Damian, Aleister basically just did not complete the mission.
Mhm.
And Damien, I don't know what it is about Damien, but ever since he's left the Judgment Day, something ain't clicking.
No, he was fine when he was Rhea Ripley, the Terror Twins, and they were feuding Dom and Liv. I was fine with that.
Once again, whenever he left the
Uh,
Judgment Day vicinity,
those, well, they've had
some,
nothing for him. They've
yeah.
had nothing for him, right? I think that's another problem. So, me for who I think is in danger. Oh man, I know it's pretty obvious, but I'm gonna say Austin Theory.
You think it's so stressful?
Yeah, he came in and then Punk buried him. and now he's just another jobber of the vision.
No one in that group's really a jobber though.
Austin Theory.
Do you think he's gonna be the guy? Because they're
I
not
don't
gonna
want,
make
I don't want him to. I think
out of the
hopefully,
four of them. That's a good point. There's four of them in that group right now.
yeah, he is.
All there's a very slim chance. There's only very few factions where all four people in it get to even the bloodline. You'd be like, Jimmy and Solo didn't maybe reach the potential they could have.
So
Yeah, yeah,
Austin
yeah.
Theory, like, do you feel threatened by him when he shows up? Are you intimidated? Are you worried? You're like, oh shit, he's here. I mean, he has a finisher that didn't even work on CM Punk last night. He had the stomp and it still did nothing. So,
Yeah.
I get it. It's a main event, false counts and all that, but unless I do see him and Logan winning tag titles this year. I think that can happen. But I'm concerned about Austin Theory, and I like Austin Theory.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
The momentum isn't there for him yet. Like people are over it. They're like, oh, it's just Austin Theory, and that was it.
I think it's too early to tell, but I think that's a fair assessment because the reveal and him being in the vision isn't so like, oh my god,
If
as you would think it would be. Like
he,
he's
I
not like a
know,
lethal weapon. You're right. Like he didn't hit the curb stomp and it like took Punk out. He hit it and it didn't work.
yeah, because I know at Survivor Series, you and I weren't like too upset about it, like the rest of the world was. He hit the stomp, he ran out, and we're like, that's fine. Long-term storytelling. Expose him whenever you want, and then they exposed him way
Really
too.
quick, really quick.
Yeah, and then we're like, well, if you were gonna do that, you could have just done it at Survivor Series because it went
You're
nowhere.
not buying into the potential storyline that he's like an inside man for Seth.
That I'm buying into, I guess, but let's see what happens. Right now, I'm concerned about Austin Theory. I hope
So like
I'm.
on that Seth note, what do you think is gonna be like the storyline that they feel is gonna dominate the year? Like, is it gonna be Seth's return? Is it gonna be something with Roman? Like, what do you think is gonna dominate the next year? Like, what do you think is the storyline that's probably gonna start now? Like, and we've had those storylines before, like Solo and Roman went for like an entire year, or like, is it Punk versus
Well,
the Vision? Is
I'm
it
not trying to
Rhea and
predict.
Liv? Like,
I'm not trying to predict WrestleMania here, but I'm just going to try to use common sense here. When you're thinking main carders or yeah, main card guys, main event guys, you got CM Punk, you got Roman, you got Brock, you got Cody. Is there anyone else you can think of that can headline a WrestleMania? If it isn't a Fatal Four or a Triple Threat, it's going to be between those four. I feel those four are going to be featured. I think when Seth comes back, his feud is probably going to be with Braun Breaker, and I think it's going to be the Vision versus Seth. And I don't think Austin Theory is going to be an inside man. Maybe I think he's just.
but is there any rivalry in the company right now that you think is gonna dominate the next year? Is there any storyline where you're like, this is something that will unfold throughout the next year? It might just be the Vision.
Yeah, Seth and Paul Heyman.
It might just be the Vision and everyone reacting to the Vision for you.
Yeah, Seth and Paul Heyman because the tag division's weak right now. Um, the U.S. Championship is just a title that I feel like people are winning every couple of months. There's no feuds happening there. It's going to be the main event picture. I don't know who CM Punk's going to be. You know what? I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to go Cody and Brock Lesnar. That's going to
All right,
dominate
that's what you
this
think
year.
is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yours is more of a prediction. Mine's more like what seeds have already been planted that I think is gonna dominate the year. I think knowing or like remembering, not knowing, like remembering that like the Judgment Day started in like 2021. I think 2026 is gonna be the year we see the dissolving of the Judgment Day.
The dismantling of them.
Yeah, like I think it's really like, and we joked about it. I don't know if it was on this show or on our show.
Actually, could I rewind? Could I take back my
What,
one
what,
concern this
what
year?
is it? Sure.
I forget Austin Theory. I mean,
Imagine, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Finn Balor.
You think he's going in here with the least amount of momentum?
I think so. I totally forgot about him, and he should be a superstar. And he walked in with the three women in the pre-show, and he was not shown all show.
Yeah, I
That's
just
what I'm
think
concerned about.
right now, obviously JD's hurt, so that's part of the reason you're not seeing Finn because they were teaming. Dom's hurt,
Yeah.
but like I was saying was I don't know if we talked about it on this show or if we talked about it on the TWC show, but like the amount of women in this group is gonna be the reason why this group falls apart.
That's life, man. You can't too many women.
Because the infighting with the women is gonna destroy this group.
Yeah, that's what happens. You can't live with too many
And
women.
like Dom's gonna go with one of them, someone's gonna sign, and it's kind of what kind of almost destroyed the group in the first place, right? Because like It was when Rhea had an issue with Liv, and then Liv was infiltrating. Like, it's the women that destroy the Judgment Day. It's not the guys, because they've teased Dom and Finn having tension. They tease Damien getting mad at Dom, but just like in real life, the men can kind of make it work.
Move on, right?
Get angry at each other, let it go, move on. Like like whatever. You're still my brother. I hate you, but it's cool. Like but the women. I don't know. Roxanne, Liv, and Raquel. I feel like something's gonna happen between the three of them. And I feel like right now Liv's playing the long game. Like she's playing like, no, I'm cool.
I don't,
Raquel, you want to go for the main title? Like that's totally fine. Like I'll go to the tag titles with Roxanne. That's totally
I
fine.
like you, and then
Oh,
you text your
Roxanne,
friend,
like you and Dom are friends. Like I'm okay with him having chick friends. That's okay. Like
and then
it's
there's
gonna implode. It's gonna implode.
Brian messaging other girls. Let me tell you, oh my god, this bitch, right?
Yeah, like that is what's happening, and I think in 2026, one of the things that's gonna play out throughout the year is the dismantling, the implosion of the Judgment Day.
Which is unfortunate, man. Judgment Day is so cool,
But
and
it's been around since 2021. It's Wally, one of the longest running factions.
5 years.
And don't get me wrong, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Maybe it won't even be the dismantling. Maybe we get a new these people in, these people out, and it continues. Like maybe like Dom and Liv leave, and now it's just like Finn,
Maybe
Roxanne, right?
Raquel,
We
yeah,
don't know.
Raquel can be world champion. The other two can be tag champs, and they're like the new
Yeah,
version of it.
maybe it continues, but we're definitely gonna get some more Judgment Day drama.
Yeah,
I just also think it's
who's
been
gonna
going
win?
on for so long that it could just end.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a lot of Judgment Day drama. And the other one that I think is gonna be a big thing in 2026,
Mhm.
a storyline that's gonna play out throughout the year is Gunther's on his high horse. Can anybody knock him off?
Sorry, Gunther's another main eventer that can go into WrestleMania. So there's five. So I don't see Braun in there. Yeah.
Gunther is on his high horse. Is anyone gonna knock him off? And then also, we're all joking about it already. Who's he gonna retire next? Like that's what's gonna play out in 2026.
He's
It's the
fighting
Gunther.
Gunther too,
It's a
right?
Gunther retirement tour, but it's not him retiring. It's him retiring people. Like,
Yeah, because he's fighting AJ next week now.
yeah, but like, will that go on throughout the year? Will he fight AJ next week? Move on, have tension with AJ throughout the year. By the end of the year, he's
Is Rey
retiring
Mysterio
AJ.
retiring anytime soon?
I don't know, but you know who will find out? Gunther,
Yeah.
and that's what's gonna play out in 2026.
That'd be awesome. It's kind of like an Undertaker streak, right? Gunther's the
And
guy who's
and
always
just side note, like, and I know it's kind of lame, but like side note, like, not lame. I just think other people will be like, oh, it's been so played out. If anyone was gonna retire Rey Mysterio, it should be Dom.
I can see that.
But it doesn't have to be. But I just feel like there's
Forever
something
just
poetic,
his dad, right?
something poetic about the son retiring his dad. This is a guy that grew up on Hindi movies and stuff. I want the story. Mera beta, but
And takes to Jameen, right?
my own blood, you did this to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm good with that.
next. Okay, so obviously it's too early. It's fun because when we get closer to it, we can make a more like concrete prediction. But right now, we know it's January. The Royal Rumble's around the corner. How is it looking for you? Like I don't even know. Like on the
That's
men's
good,
and the
though.
women's. Like I don't even. If you ask me right now to make Royal Rumble predictions, I don't think I can.
Well, the world champion is Tiffany Stratton and
Nope. Jade Cargill.
oh shit, yeah, I forgot. Okay, that's okay. Those are two good champions. You got Jade and Stephanie, but I don't know how legitimate Stephanie's injury is. Uh, for the first time in a long time, I would like to say because we don't know what's happening. I'm looking forward to the Rumble. It can go either way. Anyone can return. Anyone can win.
I feel like it felt like that last year too, where it was kind of like up in
No,
the
we
air.
knew Cody. Who won last year? Cody or Cena won? Well, actually, no,
Jay won.
yeah. You're right.
And last year's was stacked because that Punk, Roman, Seth, Cena, Jay. People wanted Cena to win, but they're like, man, maybe Punk's gonna
Well,
win
we
this year.
knew, but
Maybe Roman, maybe
the
Seth.
thing is that when Cena made that announcement that it's a retirement year, we were still like, okay, the final 3, 4 can be maybe Cena, Punk. Jey Uso was in the picture. Remember, he was over too in the Royal Rumble. So this year, I can't tell you who would win the Rumble.
For the men's right now, it's still looking a little messy because if Punk keeps the belt, who does it? I don't know who does it end up being.
Seth isn't
If
invincible.
if Cody keeps the belt, is it Randy? Is it like how does that work?
Roman Reigns, maybe
Yeah,
Roman.
do we get Roman Cody again? Do we get Randy Cody at WrestleMania if it's And on the if it is for Punk, Punk's is a little bit more up in the air. It could be anybody for Punk, like at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe like one of the Vision guys win again or something. I don't know. Maybe
Maybe
Braun
Gunther
wins
wins. I don't know.
and faces Punk. Maybe they tease that there's still tension there. Like we don't know.
Or maybe Gunther eliminates Brock Lesnar and
With
Gunther.
the women's, I don't. I'm not saying I know or I feel like I know like this is what's gonna happen, but I feel like Liv has a lot of momentum right now, and like say if Raquel did win the belt or something, then that's how Liv and Raquel end up going at it. Or maybe it's like Raquel and Stephanie are still feuding, then it turns into a triple threat at Mania or something. But like Liv's always up, and I think that's just an accolade that she deserves as well is to win the Rumble. But then there's also a part of me being like, you could have that Bianca return. You could have Bianca win and go after Jade. They were friends. You know, they were tag team champions.
Did they ever beef? I can't even remember 2025. Did they ever?
No, they were tag team champions.
They just separated.
Naomi took out Jade.
Yeah, we know that.
So then Naomi and Jade had kind of beef. And then Bianca was in the middle. She refereed one of their matches.
I remember that.
But she's just been injured with a really messed up. She broke her finger, but it was like more messed up than they thought. So she's just kind of been out. But she never really. Her and Jade showed kind of some sort of like tension with each other, but they like
Now
never
that
really
you've
had.
spoken about
They never
it,
had a falling out.
if I was a gambling man, which I am, I think I'd put my money on Liv, Raquel, and Bianca and Jade for WrestleMania. I think you kind of predicted it pretty well. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but my only reason I'm a little iffy about Raquel and Liv is I'm like, there's also part of me that's like, yeah, but they're really high on Stephanie. And if she's not hurt, she's walking into WrestleMania with the belt.
That's
And
true.
maybe they would just have Liv and Raquel in a singles match with no title because
Does
they
Money in
can
the
make
Bank
it
happen before WrestleMania? No,
after.
right?
After. It's in
Yeah,
June.
so
Yeah.
all the cash-ins are done too. So
Yeah, so it's like that's my only thing about Liv and Raquel is like they could actually still have that match without the belt. But and I feel like they're really high on Stephanie Vakir. Like they
You like
all
Money in
year,
the Bank?
all year they've been like Stephanie Vakir. Like Stephanie Vakir get injured, and Raquel can win the title, and Stephanie Vakir could win the Royal Rumble because they're just so into having Stephanie Vakir be a big star.
Yeah.
Which I'm not against. I actually really like Stephanie. I'm just saying like it's very evident that she won the Crown Jewel thing. She won the world title. She's just always winning stuff.
Charlotte, you know what? Maybe Charlotte. Rhea's not going to win now because Rhea just won tag titles.
I just think Charlotte and Alexa are doing so good as a tag team that I don't even know what they would do as individuals again.
Io would have been fun to win the Rumble too.
But I'm happy they're actually trying to bulk up the tag team division and make it like we have tag teams, you know? We have the Kabuki Warriors, we have Lash and Nia, we have Charlotte and Alexa, we have
I love the
Io and
Kabuki Warriors. I think Asuka and Kairi Sane are
they're
the
hilarious.
best tag team right now.
I think they're funny. I find them very just like entertaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the Bianca thing's one. I just think Liv is just a person that could win it. There's been like at least 2, maybe 3 Rumbles where Liv was in the final 4,
Yeah, she's
and she was very close. You know.
yeah. Oh, how are we forgetting about our girl? Maybe Chelsea Green gets a world title shot.
She's not
wins the
gonna
Rumble.
win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Maybe Maxine Dupree wins the Rumble, and then she goes, you know what? I'm challenging for the Intercontinental title. This is the first year with Intercontinental and U.S. champions. They can be like, I'm challenging for that belt.
And we forgot to even talk about it. Matt Cardona, he's back. No more Zack Ryder. It's Matt Cardona. That was exciting.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like, it's glad he's back, and they did the Zack Ryder thing, had the screen change in Matt Cardona. I'm so curious to see where he plays on this main roster. Trick's on the main roster now. Now he's in the picture. Sammy could be the sympathetic story. Maybe Sammy gets his title shot because he wins the Rumble. Because his goal, he said, is I talked about it. I sat there at Cena's retirement. My son asked me, why do they call him the 17 never seen again or whatever what is it?
17 never seen, right?
Yeah, whatever. He said, why did they say that? And he had to look at his son and be like, well, he won 17 titles. And then his son said, Dad, how many world titles have you won? And he's like, that's when I realized I need to win a world title. Like,
yeah, good storyline. But in real life, if my kid asked me that, I'd be like, who the hell pays for your video games? Sit down, right? How many titles have you won? I pay the bills here, buddy.
But, so like now he's really determined to get a world title. So maybe like, and I think it is gonna play a part in the Rumble, the sympathetic story of like, can Sammy do it or not? Like, will he make it to the end? And then maybe it's like Sammy versus Punk or Sammy versus Cody. I don't know.
Yeah, you've given me a lot of titles. Do you see Matt Cardona in a main event title picture?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where we see him at this point.
I'd be excited for that because he
has the look. He looks like he could be.
comes
But the
back.
main event area is stacked.
It is. Maybe he gets the Cody Rhodes treatment.
Maybe he has a meaningful feud with Cody though, because they are friends
I
in
gotta
real
support him.
life.
He's a collectible guy, man. So we're collectible.
Maybe like he seems like a guy that would get a title shot at like Cody in like the months after WrestleMania, like a Backlash or like a Money in the Bank, where it's like, oh, we'll have like a mini 2 month feud with the two of them, you know?
By the way, I think Backlash is in Puerto Rico again.
Is it? I thought it was in what's in Italy?
Well, I don't know. I thought Backlash is maybe it's
Some
Backlash. Is it Backlash?
something's in Italy in April
Well,
or May. Um, yeah, Trick Williams is on the main roster
yeah,
now.
you look good.
Matt Cardona made his. They seem like people complained about SmackDown for a little bit, getting kind of boring. With it turning 3 hours and it starting a new year, I feel like they really tried to bulk it up. They put some new faces on SmackDown. We saw Jordan Grace there. She's
Yeah.
on. She could win the Rumble. I forgot she showed up on SmackDown.
Yeah, yeah. Shoot.
And she kind of had a face. She had a face to face with Jade Cargill, where they're kind of teasing, like, oh, these two are going
I
at it.
mean, we say we're limited here, but again, Lash Legend maybe.
I think she's in the tag division right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
like
I'm an
and Javon officially signed to Raw now. NXT, we're worried about the NXT men's division. It seems like they're taking people away. So hopefully tonight on NXT we see some new stars stepping up. I don't know.
Oba did no Oba's still a free agent.
Oba, they're teasing on both shows. There's video packages for Oba on each show.
Yeah. So is there a title match tonight?
Yeah, it's a New Year's Evil. There's a ton of title matches.
The world title.
Blake Monroe's trying to go after a North American title again that she lost by mistake.
I don't think she's gonna win.
And I don't know who Oba's defending against, but there is Ricky Saints, I think, again. I think.
Okay, then I'm gonna look it up. NXT
New Year. I'm looking up too. That's funny.
Okay.
2026. That's so weird for me to say.
That's okay. It's not too bad. Yeah. So he is fighting.
Leon Slater.
I was gonna say Leo. Oh, isn't Leon from TNA?
Yeah. Thea Hale versus Blake Monroe. JC Jane against Kendall Gray. And Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame.
So
It's a pretty small card.
Oba possibly. I don't know if he can lose.
I don't think he's losing to Leon Slater.
That's okay. He can have the NXT title and be signed to Raw. That'd be cool.
That's happened. I think that happened with KO, but then he lost it while he was up there. Happened with Asuka. They made her strip it.
Yeah. That'd be. You know what? What if they just made the title vacant? I wouldn't be. Have a little
Yeah. All right. Next one. Who do you think right now in WWE? Since this is a WWE show, because you don't want to talk about AEW.
Why? We're gonna go there.
Hey, do you know what happened on Dynamite last week?
Oh my God, Dynamite. No chance.
Something really big happened. Happened.
Now that I don't have to watch it, I don't even.
Something really big happened.
On Dynamite?
Yeah.
MJF won the world title?
No. It was a title change.
A big title change? Was it
You
the
even
world
messaged me about it after saying the wrong name because you always butcher her name.
title? Oh, Willingdale. No.
Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
Not Willingdale. Defeated Mercedes Money, ending her over 500-day reign as TBS champion.
So does she hold any other AEW title now?
That's it. No, she holds no AEW titles. Just a bunch of indie titles.
Okay.
She is titleless. And they did it on a New Year's Day in a match against Willow that was barely built up. On the Thursday show with Tara, we talked about it.
Tag titles?
Has 2 belts now. I said that my only problems with it is that Willow's a tag team champion. I feel like there's no need for her to have 2 belts. And 2, I'm not saying it was actually like a really good match. I wish there was more of a build up to it. Not just like they had a tag match.
How are you surprised? It's AEW. You think they're gonna build up anything? The
Like,
guy wakes up every morning and Tony Khan's like, these two wrestle. Love these guys. That's it.
Like, she held this title for so long. Like, this should be like, if these were gemstones and like one was the most powerful, like the TBS one should have been her most powerful, and she just loses it on the last Dynamite of the year in a match that you took 3 weeks to build.
I think the wrestlers are unbelievable. The matches are good. There is just no storylines, and I can't understand it. They do not build up any of the characters, and I can't enjoy it.
Like, and also, like, why wouldn't you have had to drop it on a pay-per-view? Like, you did it on Dynamite I know it was the last one of the year. I get it, but like,
You
come
got friends
on.
at AEW. Talk to him about it, man.
Come on. And to Willow, and I actually think she should have dropped the belt to Willow. Willow's a great person to drop the belt to.
Even
But if Willow wasn't a tag team champion now, like then I would have dropped it to her.
and using the example, I mean, for WWE, like the Braun Breaker and CM Punk match, if you watched it, it was a really slow start, and you're kind of like it's going back and forth. CM Punk, unfortunately, he's too slow a little bit. Couldn't get his feet in the front to take the what it's I'm gonna call it the Steiner recliner, but it's not. But the Frankensteiner, right? I think it's called. He missed. They botched it on that, but none of that really mattered because the story that was being told in the ring was still so good. The facial reaction,
They made me believe that Braun Breaker could have won it a couple
by
times.
the end of it, like the last 3 to 4 minutes, like the first 15, 20 minutes, you're kind of watching it. I can't remember how long the match is. You're kind of like, just okay, whatever. But by the last 3 to 4 minutes, I was kind of sitting up and like, oh, who's actually gonna win? I have no idea. Like this is getting really interesting. And
Dude, they had me like. I remember the part where Punk went after Brock Lesnar.
Mhm.
Oh, no, I mean, Brock. No, wow. Punk went after Brock
Braun
Lesnar.
Breaker.
Punk went after Paul Heyman on the
Oh yeah,
apron.
yeah. I thought Braun
And
was gonna spear Paul
and
Heyman.
it gave me PTSD of SummerSlam 2013 when Punk wrestled Brock and he was actually had the chance to beat Brock, but he was so obsessed with getting Heyman that he got distracted by trying to get Heyman that Brock capitalized on that and beat Punk. The only reason that CM Punk lost that match was because he was so obsessed with Paul Heyman. And I'm like, oh, they're running it back. Punk's gonna turn around, he's gonna eat a spear, 1, 2, 3. And it didn't happen. But like that's what I meant. Like those little callbacks, those little storytelling, the psychology, like that was what had me on the edge of my seat. It wasn't the moves, it wasn't he hit a GTS, it's over. It was like, oh, like he's gonna get screwed because he wants to go after Heyman. Like
And again, I don't really care too much as the internet does. Like they botched that, like the CM Punk and Braun Breaker, and he's trying to flip him on the from top rope. So Frankenstein, right?
yeah.
I think I said it again.
So
So
Hurricane
like,
Rana.
huh? The Hurricane, yeah.
No, I'm joking. Because when you ever see those videos back in the day when Mike
Scott-
Tenay would be talking to Scott Steiner, and he's like, you do like the Hurricane, and Scott Steiner like, it's the Frankensteiner. Yeah.
So even with that move being botched, that wasn't what was talked about because in AEW they care so much about the wrestling and in-ring performance. Every move there is magnified. And
To be fair, I didn't even know it was botched until you're talking about it now. Like I feel like I need to go back and look at it.
like, again, that's what I mean because storytelling. They did such a good job.
Like, yeah, like if you asked me what happened to the CM Punk Braun Breaker match, I'd be like, well, everybody tried to interfere. The Luchas came out. The Paul Heyman spot. Oh, that part where he jumped on him through the table. I thought maybe it would end in the count out. There was the false finishes from finishing moves. Oh, and then the one thing I didn't believe. There was only one thing I didn't believe was gonna happen. Was I'm like Braun's not gonna tap at anything. Like I didn't believe like any of the submission moves. I'm like he's not gonna tap to the Anaconda Vice.
I can't agree with you there because I at one point thought I'm like, oh shit, Braun is gonna tap because he's young, he's naive still. But what was I gonna say about the storytelling? I lost my train of thought here. Oh, what I was gonna say is if I brought a buddy over who just doesn't watch wrestling at all, would probably watch that match and first be like, whatever. But by the end of it, be so intrigued to see who was gonna win. And unfortunately, I don't think AEW still does that because of just storytelling.
No, and we talk about that all the time. Most of the matches, you know who's gonna win. And don't worry, WWE has a little bit of that problem too, where you always know who's gonna win. And I say things like Nikki Bella needs to get some W's. This person needs to get some W's, even if it's against talent that's not that important. Some of these people need to get W's.
AEW doesn't have that problem, but I can't name you a lot of their wrestlers, so it's meaningless to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly, who do you think's gonna be?
AEW.
Who do you think's gonna be the biggest problem going into 2026? Like, who's gonna stir the pot the most? Who's someone that you're like, they're just gonna keep getting better and better? And I don't know, man.
Big Bronson Reed.
You think so?
I think he's a man.
He's the biggest problem on the roster.
He's a man.
All right.
I wouldn't even be shocked if he beats CM Punk for the world title before Braun does. I would love that. And then maybe there's a little internal beef there, but
I think they dominated quite a bit in other years, and this year was kind of up and down due to injuries. But I think the reign of terror of Liv Morgan and Darby Dom is just gonna continue. I think those two are just gonna like succeed and we had Dom hold 2 belts this past year. He was a AAA champion and the Intercontinental champion.
Have the inside guys told you what's
You
wrong with him
know,
yet?
we've had Liv at the beginning of this year as tag team champions for so long, and then she got hurt. She came back and she just kicked John Cena in the nuts. Like these two are unstoppable.
Yeah. No, do you know anything about his injury yet? What they said?
No, but no, I think they said it was a shoulder. I don't think it's. I think it's gonna be. Look how fast Penta came back. He got injured right before Survivor Series. He's back already. I don't think it's. I think it's something like that.
Could you see Penta as a world champion?
We did we talk about? No, we were talking about that on the AEW show where I said, for example, going back to AEW for a second, they're hyping up Bandito versus MJF for the world title because Bandito won the Diamond Ring, right? Like that's the match that's coming up next. That's going to be MJF's first defense. It
Okay.
will be a good match. But
Yeah.
I was saying to Tara, I'm like, the problem with AEW and WWE, both companies, is that they bring in these talented luchadors. And WWE is always trying to look for the next Rey Mysterio.
Right.
AEW loves having luchador wrestling over there. But none of you at no point have I believed that a luchador is going to be a world champion in either of these companies in a very long time. And I'm not saying Dom or Andrade. I'm talking about the mass luchadors.
I
Like,
see Penta. I think Penta is the one believable guy that could be a world champion. It's just something about Penta. He just
and I'm not talking NXT champion. I'm not talking Ring of
oh,
Honor.
I
Ring
get
of
it.
Honor. I'm talking like either the WWE World Title in WWE or like the AEW World Title
Well,
in
the last
AEW.
last guy to win was Rey Mysterio and Kane, maybe? It
It's
was
been
last-
that's the thing. Like it's been years. It's been years like that anyone that was a luchador won the WWE title or the world title. It's been years, and no one in AEW has. You know, like there's not a single fiber in my body that thinks Bandito's beating MJF. You know what I'm trying to say?
Listen, I don't even know who Bandito is, or I
Oh
barely know
wow.
about this guy. I know, like, I mean, I've seen him, but yeah, a guy who doesn't watch AEW, like, I can probably skip this week and be like, MJF's not even gonna lose.
Yeah, and like in WWE, I'm just like I don't know. Like nobody is as big and as popular as Ray to get that far. I don't see Dragon Lee being the guy. I don't. Maybe Penta. Maybe I don't know.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Anyone?
No, no. I don't know. Go back to the gym at some point. I don't know. Like,
I told
what's
myself
your?
I'll watch more AEW this year.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me think of a wrestling New Year's resolution. That's a good idea. Like a wrestling one.
I'm actually genuinely gonna try to watch more AEW this year. I think I got time now to watch it.
Last year, I bet myself to do 4 interviews a month, and I did a really good job at that. And I don't know if I can do that again. Like last year was just, and I'm doing wrong, guys. I'm still gonna try that, but I don't want to. I'm not putting that as much pressure as I did on myself last year. I did it. I succeeded at it. I'm gonna still keep trying to do it, but I don't feel the pressure to do it as hard as I did last year.
No expectations, Justin, right?
Yeah, yeah. But something new for this year. Like, what's a new goal in wrestling? There's certain people I want to interview that I don't even want to say it because like, if it doesn't happen, I don't want to be disappointed. But I'm still gonna try. But I don't know. What do you think? What's a goal that
Like I
I should
said,
have for
mine's
wrestling?
AEW. Mine's AEW for you.
You know, to be fair, and I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do it, but I think with being fully transparent, I haven't given AEW enough of a shot in terms of attending their shows a lot in the past 2 years.
Okay.
Ever since I've been doing more
We did
media
talk
with
about that.
WWE, and since we've been working with On Location, which is a WWE sister company, like I've kind of got intertwined in the WWE fabric of things,
That's true.
where I will never discredit AEW being the first company to give me more opportunities and come to shows and be part of the media. That I feel like I need to start attending more AEW shows.
We
Like
did talk about that
maybe,
actually. Yeah.
maybe like
I think that's what needs to rejuvenate my love for AEW again.
yeah, and honestly, maybe you need to go to the show too, because every time, like, when I was going to the shows live, because AEW is fun live. As a live show, it's a fun show.
The collision I went to was great.
Yeah, trying to watch it on TV sometimes is hard, but to go to a show, it is fun. So, like, yeah. So I think for me, it's gonna be
And more AEW events.
attend more AEW events this year, not just all WWE events. Like, and I know it's a kind of a cop out because they're coming to Vancouver, so it makes it a little bit easy.
Yeah,
But so we know we're gonna go to that one for sure.
yeah.
So maybe actually I'm gonna go to more than one AEW event this year.
Hopefully Tony Khan's here. And I can
Oh, he
talk.
won't be 100%. It's a pay per view.
He's like, hey, aren't you that asshole that always shits on us?
You, not me.
Tony, wrong guy. We all
I'm
look the same.
the
We all look the same here.
I'm the guy that MJF mentioned in a promo that one time, so I'm on his
Have you
television,
have
and
you talked to Tony?
I've talked to him like a couple of times. I've
Okay.
been in the press conference asking questions and stuff too. Well,
Okay.
I'm the one that told him, "Hey, you guys did a whole Canadian tour. Why
Yeah.
don't you come to Vancouver?" And then like a month later, they booked Vancouver for the following May.
Well, thank you, Justin, for bringing
Yeah,
WWE to Vancouver.
yeah.
You should be
And then
booking.
I missed half the show because everybody kept buying me drinks in the goddamn lobby, so I can't have shows in my
You're gonna wear a
hometown.
luchador mask when you start going to events now.
I should, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't be the first luchador to win the AEW World Title.
El Justino.
El Justino.
Yeah.
El Diablo. That's already probably been done. El Clasico. Haha, because
That's
wrestling
what
classic. I don't know.
that's a soccer game.
El
Barcelona.
Clasico. La Clasico.
Yeah.
Viva La Wrestling Classic. All right, guys. That was it for this week's Bell to Bell. I feel like we were able to recap kind of the main points of what happened on Raw and SmackDown through these segments. Maybe we'll try to think of more questions every week to do things this way. If you're here, cool. What's up? What's going on? But yes, we're at a new time, 4 p.m. So make sure you guys check out the show. And yeah, that's it. That's it. I think that's it for this week. 2026 in full gear. I think WWE really has tried to shake things up as we start the year. New champions, big matches. Like they really like Rhea and Io's champion, Carmelo's champion, Julia beat Chelsea, Becky beat Maxine. There was like a little bit of a reset. Maybe we shouldn't be so like negative, and maybe Drew does win the belt
Who
before,
is
and like
okay. I was
maybe
like, who
Drew,
negative? I'm like, I'm a positive guy.
maybe Drew wins a belt this week on SmackDown, the 3 stages of hell, and Cody wins it back at the Rumble or something.
Oh, is that on SmackDown?
It's on SmackDown.
I thought it was on a PLE.
No, they're in Germany next week, so it's on a SmackDown.
Oh, I thought he was announcing what his 3 stages of hell match was going to be on SmackDown.
No, he already did that. This SmackDown.
Wow, I missed it.
It's gonna be a singles match, then a singles match, then a no DQ match, like a regular match, so he can prove that he can beat Cody in a regular match. The second fall will be no rules, so he can beat the crap out of him. And then the third fall, if it's necessary, will be a steel cage, so like nobody can interfere, no conspiracies,
Yeah, typical. Yeah.
yada yada yada. But that's this upcoming Friday in Berlin. Anyway, and if you're watching this, there are special start times for Raw and SmackDown this week because they are in Germany. So like if you're on the West Coast, it starts at like 11 a.m. But honestly, if you're in Canada or in international states, anytime a show's taped early, they just drop the full episode anyways.
Yeah,
So
sadly, I can watch some NFL football without the Kansas City Chiefs in here this year. So, no,
what do you mean? What happened to the Kansas City Chiefs? I thought they were so good.
let's not talk about it.
Everybody keep doing the thing. We'll see you all. I'll see you guys on Thursday. You'll see RV next Tuesday. And we'll make sure you subscribe to Bell to Bell on YouTube. Subscribe to us on Twitch and Kick. And check out our social media. Check out all the social media. The Rain City Toys, the Wrestling Classic, Bell to Bell, TikTok, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And we'll see, hopefully, if any of the stuff we said today comes true for 2026.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing the thing. See you all later.